Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Connor, here with my father,
Kevin.
Dad. Are you Mac Miller fan? Familiar with the guy?
Yes, I am. I know a little bit about him.
It's coming up on 3 years that you listen to
Has
swimming.
it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Holy jeez, that just hurt my feelings.
Yeah, about 3 years since we did swimming. And that was your first introduction to Mac, those chords, him coming in on Come Back to Earth. And, you know, that was your very first taste of Mac. And we've been on a journey of just kind of going through his records, not in a particular order or anything, just kind of going off how we're feeling. Because, you know, I've been a Mac Miller fan since his first mixtape. My friend showed me Knock Knock when it came out, because he was running we were in grade 7 or something, or grade 6, and he was running a music blog on Tumblr, and he was like, you got to check out this white rapper. He's like, because you're white, and he was like, that was his big thing. He was like, dude, you're white.
This guy's white.
You got to listen to him. It's crazy. My friend wasn't white. He was running this page, and that was the one connection. But hey, luckily I actually was really put onto it. I was like, oh fuck, this is cool.
Yeah.
Been following him ever since. Your journey's quite unique. You know, you got into Mac Miller after he had passed. And you seem to have a pretty deep connection with his lyrics and just with who he was, even though you've never met him. And you,
no, you know what? Hearing Mac for the first time was like I said, being with a friend, but also Mac gave me something that I'm still actually using to this day, to this very moment that we're sitting here. Is that be persistent in giving out love. Everybody's seen that meme, right? Like It's a Beautiful Day, that type of thing.
Yeah.
That one there, that always resonates with me. And so like I get up and try to be happy, no matter what, and be grateful, right? And be grateful, but also to slow the fuck down. You know what I mean? Drinking and just living my lifestyle the way that I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've gone through ebbs and flows of
just like Mac did.
Just like Mac, drinking too much and just doing too much crazy shit and taking a toll on my body. Mac is like, from where he is, he taught me something which resonates with me to the moment I'm sitting here right now. I become a big Mac fan. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, I'm really, really excited for this. I'm excited, but I'm also sort of, I don't know what to expect. I'm hesitant to what to feel, right?
Yeah. So what makes me, I am hesitant in the sense that like, I don't know how I'm going to feel, but not in a way that I've felt before with other records from artists who have passed, because knowing that this was a finished product definitely changes my opinion on it a lot. Knowing that this has been sitting in a hard drive for a while, and I remember reading, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I read on multiple places that this was recorded in the same time span as Faces, and if he passed, he wanted this to be released, like it was kind of like, but he didn't pass at that time, so he never released it. Apparently it's similar to Faces, but less, I guess, bangers. There's not like, you know, some songs that are, you know, gonna like the happy birthday song and stuff. I should also say this is our very first Mac Miller project together that we both haven't heard.
That's wild.
It'll probably be, unless MacLib comes out or anything like that, this will probably be the only time that we get to listen to a Mac album together that's new for both of us. Track number 1, Tambourine Dream, and we'll let that play into track number 2, DJ's Chord Organ.
That's really interesting.
He loved the tambourine over on the Faces mixtape, so...
After the Grammys.
That's what when we're jamming. That's how usually people are yelling to me.
D.
Oh, this might be an outdoor one after this.
With a
walking
little puff
outdoor.
or something.
Yeah. There we go. I like how the tambourine was picked up
Yeah.
and not played. It was just grabbed. I just got shivers from SZA's voice. It's crazy. This is pretty special, eh?
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool that we're getting to do this together right now.
I love when you smell like your car, smell like you've been driving for days. I know you miss your lifetime. Tell me the truth about
That's a
it.
sick bass line.
Cooking is with the
It's like classic Mac production from this era.
Great.
Like,
You hear the bass pedaling up above the seventh, like the way up there in the high frets.
pause it there. Wow, so that was quite the intro.
You know, I'll tell you right now that those two songs to start really fit the cover well.
Oh yeah, I'm just kind of in like a little bit of like a shocked state because it almost doesn't feel real to me because, you know, there were years where I had heard about this rumored project that he made during this time. Didn't know if it was true or not, that he actually dropped it or that he actually had it somewhere on a hard drive. And then I heard about it, like parts of it getting leaked, certain songs getting leaked. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess it really does exist somewhere. And then, you know, now we're sitting here actually listening to it, you know, how it was meant to be released.
And finished and mixed.
And everything. And I don't know if this is, I don't know if they did mixing afterwards, like in terms of like, you know, in the last year or whatever, or if this is literally just how it was, you know, mixed at the time. Regardless, beautifully mixed. I don't think they would have changed much because I listened to Faces when it first came out, and Faces had similar mixing. Like it was pretty polished nicely, like
sonically the same,
the panning and the instrumentation. And this is when Mac was doing a lot of his jazz stuff and learning, you know, bass and chords and guitar and all these instruments. So it makes sense, like, you know, that this would be the album to come out of that. Because you've heard, we never did it on the channel, but you've listened to his jazz project, and stuff. But yeah, a really unique way to kind of get us into this record. You know, all we heard from Mac was just some yes.
That's it. And then, you know, and hear SZA's voice. That's the thing that tripped me out because
she does sound a little younger, but not
horribly. Not like super young, but it's just these connections that I didn't know about. I didn't know that they're like
that he found or was a fan of SZA back then.
Like that's amazing. All these you're opening this envelope of these things that are, and every day you seem to something
new about Mac.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Track number 3. Do you have a destination? Do you?
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like this album's already getting deep. And
I know. I know.
That's right.
Okay, I went to sleep, faded, and I woke up invisible. Keep the ingredients, but I got the kitchen full. Thoughts are cynical, actions unpredictable. Supermodel bitches hold auditions in my swimming pool. This feeling pretty invincible. Pray this life reciprocal, and I'ma come back an eagle. I gave my life to this shit, already killed myself. We ain't the same, homie. The world afraid of change, but it changed on me.
I can't believe we got new Mac. New to my ears.
Yes, I did Kimmel and Arsenio. My mom got it on video. That's the shit I live for. All this other shit is trivial.
To a miracle.
Crazy to see hear
I'm not a
Arsenio on
kid,
there.
I'm
How,
looking
how
out
it's
for those
dated, right?
residuals. A bitch have a nightmare, wake up, make me some cereal. She knows I love my cereal. Am I okay? Fuck no. Just so, not so. Need to let the drugs go. Trying to find heaven, I get high but never come close. Going. Where are you going?
That's great.
Do you have a destination?
Aren't the woos wicked?
Yeah.
Do you have a destination?
I am so in the headspace for this album today.
Yes. No, me too. Wow. That's crazy. Listening to that right now, if that album dropped last year, like, it would probably be in my top 5 albums. Like, I don't know what the rest of the album's like, but like hearing those songs, like with the production and the way he's rapping, it's like, it doesn't sound dated.
It doesn't, other than him saying Arsenio.
Yeah, other than a couple
like
lyrics
really.
and stuff. Yeah, it sounds like it could be like, you know, that's how ahead of his time he was production wise. Because this sounds like some type of, like, it sounds like some hip hop that would be released nowadays. You know, with a little bit of especially that distortion. It reminded me of like the shit we heard on 2093 with Yeet doing his weird vocal things and stuff, and how people have been manipulating vocals and.
Just the Dirt was a real like a great addition.
Yeah, no, and it's like hearing that, but you know, knowing this was recorded in 2013, 2014, is just wild. Track number 4, $5 Pony Rides.
Said, it ain't about money. I can show you the world, girl. What can you do for me? Take a vacation, go somewhere in the country.
Fuck, this is.
Turn the radio on, hear my song saying, girl, you're wasting my time, and I am wasting your time, but that's okay.
Great beat.
Nobody seems to smile in a while, but you're feeling pretty lonely. Yeah. Your daddy should've got you that morning. Let me give you what you want. Killing yourself like this, going crazy, keeping all of these secrets. How was that living? You left home right away.
The jazziness is so, and it's got a salsa flair in there as well.
You keep going back and forth. Let me give you what you want. Ooh, and maybe later what you need.
Oh, this one's catchy.
Yeah.
Can I give you what you need? Can I give you what you want?
Wow, that voice.
Can I give you what you need? Whoa. Can I give you what you need? What you need?
Listen to this.
I know. Who's playing the bass? Is it
It's
Thundercat?
Thundercat, yeah.
And then Mac on the keys. It's. We're not done.
No.
I was like, there's still like 30 seconds left. I was confused what was going to happen. I guess that's what you want to do when you find something so groovy. Like, you don't want to stop.
You want to keep going. You know, I'll tell you, fuck that. That was a real treat.
Mac, if you're watching from above, I don't know why he didn't drop that in 2014. I would have been,
wow.
I would have been jamming out to that. That's incredible.
Oh, that was man. Like, you just talked about holding up.
Yeah,
that if you drop that right now,
it's
crazy. You know, we've talked so many times about where Mac was going in the future musically because of his exposure to, more complex jazz chords.
Yes, as he kind of experimented on swimming and stuff.
Yeah,
and even on this, he's still...
Well, this feat, like that right there,
yeah.
Between him and Thundercat and him playing those chords on the organ, that felt like, oh my God, like...
I truly think Mac would have been one of the best just musicians if he was still here with us, because he
all rounded.
Yeah, all rounded. Yeah. Like he would have been 33 now, I think, or 34.
Wow.
And just it felt like every year he was getting better, because he lived for music. That was everything to him. Like,
I know.
Every day he woke up like he was just in the studio learning chords, like he just lived and breathed writing music and learning music and collaborating with people that like would teach him new stuff, when he started working with Thundercat and Jid and all these guys and it's just it's one of those things that you're always going to think about, like, man, what would Mac be making right now? Because I don't think he's the type of guy to disappear and stop making music. Like, I think he would have been making music till he was 80.
You know what? Okay, I've been making music since I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, the difference is that what you just said, like, he lived it. Like, I would go and I dabble, like, and
you love music.
I love music. I love music. Yeah, and I like writing. But there's
like, a difference. The thing that separates you and people like Mac is what he had, which was that just pure, like, love and passion.
Yeah.
Like, you love music. Mac loved music.
Yeah. With about 16 O's.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I've got 7 O's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love music.
Yeah. Like, and I'm not knocking you or anybody that is a musician that didn't put as much, doesn't put as much hours into, learning stuff, but it just seemed like Mac was that type of guy who'd, like, you look at the best athletes and how they put, like, they dedicate their life to, like, being the best of the best.
Yeah.
It feels like this project here so far is like him condensing his thoughts and really sticking to a theme of I want to fuck around with some jazz chords. I want to be introspective. I want to talk about some stuff.
Yeah,
I want to sing.
Yeah,
which is something new for him.
That song, when he went on that fucking big, I didn't think it was him.
Yeah. It reminded me of when we listened to the bonus track when that came out on streaming with and we heard his vocals, and I was like,
"Am I alive?"
I was
like, holy shit.
Anyway, let's keep going. Track number 5, Friendly Hallucinations.
Can you hear the whispers of an innocent, ignorant child in the ocean? Get to swimming or drown, chasing love, idolizing Joan of Arcadia. Pray the landscapers don't wake her up. I'm a slave to the baseline. Conversation topic got us tangled in the grapevine. There's help inside that medicine cabinet. Came in for the answers, but she left with a habit. She's falling for her hallucination.
Wow. Great.
What's love without imagination? It's only real if it's real to you. It's only real if it's real to you.
It's crazy for me to hear Sidla with Mac.
Yeah.
She only in the backseat of a taxi cause her car is in the shop with a flat tire. Mom say she believe her, but she always been a bad liar. Had a plan to burn her past, but it backfired. What's love without imagination?
This is fucking so good, man.
Baby, don't let them tell you what's real and what's not. Having conversations with friendly hallucinations.
That's a real mouthful, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She's falling for her hallucinations.
That was fucking pierced my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can keep that going, you guys. Another half an hour of that. It was so nice to hear both their voices melted together the way they did.
Lyrically and the way he was rapping it, it reminded me of Faces. Like, it gave me that same kind of really abstract lyrics. But what separates it from, like, I don't think that would fit on Faces was the melodic part. I feel like every track so far has had something really melodic to it, which Faces had a few tracks, but I think of a song like Rap Diablo and stuff like that, or Diablo. Why do I keep calling it Rap Diablo? Where it's just kind of, abstract bars, clever rhymes, but he's, not adding that element of like the, harmonies with a background singer. And
I think that the music lends itself. It needs that. You know what I mean?
For sure, because of the jazz chords and everything.
Yeah, you can. It's
craving.
It's craving. Yeah, it's craving.
Melodic,
you can hear it like
choruses. And,
We're hearing a tambourine through the whole thing, which is pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, it's been on most tracks, right? I like the intro track, Tambourine Dream. So, and the tambourine did play a big role on Faces. I remember, it's a song like Angel Dust.
You know what?
Stuff.
I think I'm gonna grab one today.
We should go to
and just have it up here
and just put it up.
Yeah.
And then occasionally when you need it, if we're listening to a new album, and you're like, this could use a tambourine. It's a little nod to Mac.
Yeah.
We start playing it. Yeah, we should pick one up. Track number 6, Mrs. Deborah Downer.
Yeah, nothing is impossible. Do the shit together, we unstoppable. Raised to be a leader, not a navigator. Wrote down on scraps of paper. All roads lead to the same confusion. And I can't read her mind, she wrote a different story. Oh well, redemption is a funny bitch. The devil always be right where the money
that
is.
That ride symbol is fucking probably 30 pounds.
Yeah,
listen to it.
It's kind of crazy. Life could be this simple. Even pills turn to powder, babe. And you sit right next to me and crush them down. Everything seems so slow, but my past thought that it would last longer.
Everything seems so slow, but my past.
Yeah.
What a line.
Yeah. I love the use of the reverb they're using and the ride cymbal.
Yeah.
They just, it's,
and the bass. The bass is.
The growl.
Started smoking weed again. Started trying to read again. Clean myself up, now would you be my friend? Do I need to know the beginning to see the end? And only at the lows do I chase that high. Fear God, stay humble. Original sin, we all come from the same struggle. What you gonna do when the money coming slow? And you left out in the cold.
Can I get 4 Norcos, 2 Oxys, 2 Roxys, 3 Methadone,
2 Xanax bars, and 6 ounces of that lean.
Well, now that's a prescription. Holy shit.
I didn't get to hear it.
Oh, can I get 4 Narcos, 2
Money coming slow.
I'll tell you.
What you gonna do? Money coming slow. Whoa, what you gonna do?
Wow, that was cool.
Production, wow.
Yes, production was wow, and you know what? It really fit what I was trying to read to you right then.
With the
can I get 4 Narcos, 2 Oxys, 2 Roxys, 3 Methadone, a couple Percocets, some heroin, 2 Xanax bars, and 6 ounces of that lean. Because that's how the pacing
of that song. Yeah,
yes.
It felt like you were drugged up.
It was dragging,
sluggish, and really slow.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that line. That something about
the past.
Yeah. Well, just the everything's slow except for the past, or something along those lines. I forget what
everything seems slow, but my past.
Yeah,
I thought it would last longer.
Because I just relate to that so much. We were just talking about this the other day, remember?
Yes.
We were talking about just how I've reached that age where I'm like looking back and I'm like, holy fuck, it's been like
4 years, 5 years.
It's already been 5 years, and like time is flying by. And I remember you telling me as a kid, you were like, oh yeah, once you hit your 20s, and then your 30s, and then by the time you're in your 40s, things just start to speed up. And so that line definitely.
Still don't know why that is.
I read one study about new experiences make things feel, longer.
Yeah.
So, when you're younger, a lot of things are new to you. Yeah. So it seems to be, going slower. Yeah. As you get older, you get into routines. And you're not learning new things as every day. Whereas, as when you're a kid, you're learning new shit every single day, essentially.
You just gave me a solid case right now
to go learn some stuff?
No, you need to talk to Mom, because I've said to her a couple of times I wanted like a menage a trois and some swingers parties.
Yeah.
And if you try those,
that might it'll definitely slow time down.
it'll slow down.
No, I remember reading that somewhere. I don't know how, if that's the main cause or whatever. There was probably a multitude of things that contribute to that, but that was a really good track.
Great track.
Speaking of all the prescriptions at the end, track number 7 is called Stoned.
Yeah.
Oh, I just.
Down the pain. She breaks down the pain. She rolls up the weed. She far from a saint. She's all that I need. She's never been a groupie. She just in love with the music. She watched depressive movies. Always, I wish she would learn to live. Isolation. She locking the bathroom door.
That's great. Oh, that guitar riff is great.
We can get stoned. In the water, it's shallow like the lies that she tells. Can run from your shadow, can't hide from yourself. She hates that she cries when she's all by herself, and she's always all by herself. No, she can't move, cause she paralyzed in fear that she fantasized. The doctor tried to analyze, they cannot find anything that's wrong with her. Isolation, she locking the bathroom door.
Right here, before the chorus.
Baby, let's get stoned.
That's great.
Put on a record, and I'll play you one more
I love how
song.
sparsely the guitar is used, though.
Yeah, only in the chorus.
Yeah.
And it's only to the left.
Where the
Yes.
guy heaven feels just like home. Let's go home.
I wonder if this came out of anything with Jabba with Mac DeMarco and Thundercat.
Maybe, yeah.
I watched, that video of them jamming all
Where the
together.
guy heaven feels just like home. Baby, let's get stoned. Put on a record, and I'll play you one more song.
This is when the weed kicks in, eh?
Yeah.
You feel it. The times change right now. That was a warm hug.
That's probably my favorite so far.
Yeah, that was something else. I
The
love
storytelling, the way of the bathroom door knocking to go into the drums.
boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
And you hear it getting closer
Closer,
to the
yeah.
headphones, and then it just fucking explodes.
Yeah.
With the drums and that guitar riff from the beginning.
that surprised the hell out of me. To the left ear, it came out, but like I said, how sparsely.
Yeah, it wasn't used the whole song.
No,
you
it was,
know?
and it was left ears.
Yeah,
right.
it didn't take over or anything. It was just this
No.
little tiny piece that was beautifully written, and then they used it in such a small but important part of the song.
Yeah. I love. Sorry, can I say I love? Oh God, that hurt my shoulders. Just remind me not to move the shoulder. I love the way he said that he wrote this song for her.
Yes, yeah,
You know what I mean?
that line specifically.
That line specifically was like that's the Mac that I know. Yeah,
that we think of when you listen to Swimming for the first time, and he wrote that song about what was it? Get smoking weed with Grande or something like that.
Yeah,
that's the Mac that we tend to think of.
A
lot.
Yeah,
And
the doctor tried to analyze. They cannot find anything that's wrong with her. Her parents never got along with her. I had to make this song for her. Like I think that's so Mac, right?
Yeah, it just bleeds Mac. Like, that's Okay, we'll keep going.
That was a great song.
Track number 8, Shangri-La.
Oh, I thought you burped.
No.
Don't be afraid to put your 2 cents in. Might not be able to afford anything, but I'm always up for a bargain. I was driving up to Shangri-La to get my meditation on. I was thinking Lamb of God, she was thinking Saint Laurent. She sell the pussy on Millionaires Avenue. Paper's not the problem, spending money always casual.
House in the rise, the southern village of unusual. If I'm dying young, promise you'll smile at my funeral. Yeah, it's just a rule to follow. Living today, cause you can lose tomorrow.
There's a couple of those lines, eh? Oh, if I die young, promise to smile at my funeral. Then those throughout the album.
I am getting ready to sign my life away. The weather's nice today, what a perfect day to die. She kill herself, but she'd rather get married. There's coconut vodka, but she'd rather have cherry. Oh my goodness, girl, you a milkshake, extra large. No, you shouldn't. You said it never get this far. Do you have an extra ticket to the seminar? Show me where all the old records are. And just how super is a supermodel? Just how
Oh, jeez. That sonically gave me crazy shivers.
It's the house of the rising sun, the village of unusual. If I'm dying young, promise you'll smile at my funeral.
That was one of the more unique ones production-wise.
Very, very, very unique, man.
That and what was the one? Was it Friendly Hallucinations or no? $5 Pony Rides.
Yeah,
those two, like production-wise, they still hold up today. It's crazy. Like that could be released today, and I'd say, yeah, that sounds like it was made in 20.
You would, if you would know, you just go, hey, here's a brand new one, just came out. If it was
specifically the instrumental, like you can hear Mac's voice is younger and stuff, but like if you took that instrumental and those lyrics and the song concept and you gave it to a rapper today, and they put it out, like there's no dated feeling to it.
Well, and I'll tell you, I think there's probably a reason behind that, is because you are keeping what is essentially the basic ingredients.
Yes.
Are timeless. So he, like that kick drum, that sounded like a 1940s big Ludwig kick drum.
Yeah.
The cymbals, the bass, the keys, all that is just timeless.
It's timeless. Yeah. It's not ever going to go out of style or out of
because you've talked before. I keep moving my shoulder, so I'm going to turn this way. But you've talked before about you have way more knowledge than I on this, but how hi-hats have different dates.
Yes,
in trap and stuff like that, right? You know that these hi-hats are from that
sound like from certain eras and stuff. Whereas like when you with this here,
when you have a regular kit,
I'm talking programmed. You're talking programmed hi-hats, right?
Programmed.
You can with programmed hi-hats, you can kind of tell what decade, or even every half a decade, you can kind of tell like there's a movement with hi-hats and they change with trends. But when you stick to something like just like you said, the basic ingredients, it's timeless.
Earlier in the conversation or in the video, when you said that this was going to be released if he passed, there's been little snippets in there, but this one had the most
about his death.
His death, And another thing I just want to say, it's like I would find it incredibly hard to release this and listen to the lyrics being parents.
Being his family.
Yes, yes, and it's like it's you want it out there, but I mean the pain is just, it would be so real for me to be reading these lyrics.
I think that's one thing that definitely gets overlooked. Like he's had one posthumous album up to this point, which was Circles, which was almost finished when he passed, and then everything else had been like, just remasters of mixtapes that were never on streaming or never on vinyl or CD. So it's like, just getting stuff out there, clearing samples for Macadelic and for Faces. But, for this one specifically, it's got to be really tough for the family to go, because they have to go through everything and
you're going to be reading the lyrics. So it's like reliving that pain every, when you do go through this process to release it to the public, right?
So I really got to give kudos to Mac's family and everybody involved for the way that they've handled his everything that's come out since his passing, because they've really done a phenomenal job. And I've seen it go the other way, where it's like, almost like embarrassing, with how an artist's legacy is treated. Like, I think Mac's fans are so passionate and so happy with him, or we're so happy with him and loved him so much that, it only makes sense that the family would do it this way.
The right way. I think,
And the fans know that, and they appreciate that a lot, because it's like, I see, I'm not going to name other artists, but I see other fan bases of artists that have passed, and they're like, please, just like the fans are asking them to stop putting out music.
Yeah.
They're like, can you please stop? Like, we don't need to hear these demos that aren't anything with a feature from an artist that's not even connected in any way.
So
kudos to the whole estate. Track number 9, Funny Papers.
Did no one ever teach you how to dance? There's only so much time. Yeah, somebody died today. I saw his picture in the funny papers. Didn't think anybody died on a Friday. And drove off the bridge to his wedding song. Blew out the bass in the speakers, you could still hear the trouble going. And everything was quiet but the music. Recently I only meet peace. Went in deep sleep in the same
Love that line, wow.
Safe smile on her face, waiting on the other side. I wonder if you'll take me to the other side. Yeah, if I could just pay my rent by Tuesday, I bet I'd be rich by April Fool's Day. The moon's wide awake with a smile on his face as he smuggled constellations in a suitcase. Don't you love silence?
I love this song already.
Me too.
Holy
Everything
shit.
quiet but the music. Somebody gave birth to a baby boy. I saw his picture in the funny papers. 11 pounds named after his Uncle Gabriel. I swear to God I never want to sin again, but I fear that. Yeah. The mind go with age, don't surrender. By mistake I misplaced all of my remembers. Cause when the snake starts slithering, you spot the chameleons. You realize you surrounded by reptilians.
That piano and that beat were fire.
I'm kind of speechless with this
Yeah. That one note. That was a stunner.
That was incredible. I'm kind of speechless after that one because it's just like, I don't know what to say. It was like it was perfection. I think that's one of Mac's best songs.
I have to. I'm going to say this right out now. Like, this feels like Mac recorded this to be released at this time to say this is where I would be. Like, it feels like that to me. Like, because if he's 31, right? He would have been 33. 31. Yeah, 33.
Right. Yeah, I think his birthday was recently. He would have been 33.
Wow. I'm speechless. That was fucking absolutely. And Funny Papers is the newspaper.
Yeah.
And he shows the
death in the beginning and then birth in the second part. And
beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
That's the Friday line is insane though. Like, that's gonna. Like, it's just a creepy line. Nobody dies. I thought nobody dies on a Friday because he died on a Friday.
Oh,
yeah. I remember being at work that day and like my friend texted me. I'm pretty sure it was a Friday. I can
Holy
double
shit.
check, but
I'm going to read this because it's really on Funny Papers. Mac takes the negative and positive of what one might read in a newspaper while reflecting on his own emotions. The term Funny Papers is a term which is used for a newspaper, gives a sense of simplicity that is reciprocated in the song. The sentiment comes full circle as Mac asks, why does it matter at all towards the end? Mac nods to the intrinsic truth that everything we deal with in life is temporary.
Yeah, September 7th was a Friday. Yeah, it was correct.
Crazy. I didn't know that. That was like
another top song for me.
That was wow.
Up there with Stoned and $5.
Fantastic.
Track 10. Excelsior.
Yeah. On 4th Street, the orphan children play on the jungle gym. Little Timmy broke his arm again on the monkey bars. Johnny's dad got a nicer car than all the other kids. He becomes the alpha and picks on everybody else. All of this before the brainwash starts. Before they get polluted, start thinking like adults. Before there were rules, before there were limits. Your only enemies were
Brussels sprouts and spinach.
me. I used to want to be a wizard when the life gets so serious.
That's a cool concept for a song.
Yes, really. There we go.
Tambourine.
We got to get a tambourine now, no doubt. Oh, shit. That sonically just gave me shivers again.
That was a really cool concept for a song, nice and short, but like, just I love that. What was the Brussels sprouts? It was their enemies were.
Yeah, no. Back before that one just about got me crying because it was just like you and I were just talking about, being kids, and where does time go? Time is slow. Summer, 2 months of summer
felt like forever.
Felt like forever, right? But that bar was. Before there were rules, before there were limits, your only enemies were Brussels sprouts and spinach.
And it was in that deep voice. Yeah. But sonically, that was such a cool.
Yeah.
Like it's a song, but it also felt like an experiment at the same time, because it kind of just drifted off at the end. Like it didn't have a chorus or anything like that. It was just kind of.
But it was great, man.
And it fits this whole concept of the album. I really like that.
I love this line. I used to want to be a wizard. When did life get so serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever happened to apple juice and cartwheels?
Next track is featuring Delusional Thomas, which is his alter ego. So I'm assuming there's going to be some up and down pitch shifting. That's my assumption, but we'll find out. Track 11. Transformation.
When you're dealing with DJ Clockwork, you're dealing with someone that A, knows his hip-hop.
He knows his hip-hop,
Grab the Tecate and the Pacifico, because one's a bottle and one's a can. I don't know how much I'm trying to go in. Alright, psychopathic thinker, hyperactive drinker, blew my shit up with a thumb up like Henry Winkler. My bitch like a king cover, put it in her sphincter. My bitch like a bad fart.
All she do is linger.
Your bitch like a bad fart. All she do is linger.
Okay, ahead of y'all chilling. You're looking in my blinkers. Rappers are some bumblebees pulling out your stingers. Delusional Waldo Emerson, just like you. I love football and lesbians. Never deal with bitches, cause bitches are some thespians. Save the drama for your motherfucking mama.
That was a cool, another like experimental one that reminded me more of some Faces.
Yes,
definitely closer to Faces than it does like the rest of Balloonerism.
Yeah,
but it's nice to hear Delusional Thomas again. I like to hear him go off on some shit. Put it in her stinker.
You want to hear that? Well, okay.
Yeah, just read it to me before we go.
Okay, so all right. So psychopathic thinker, hyperactive drinker, blew my shit up with a thumb up like Henry Winkler. My bitch is a king cover. Put it in her sphincter. Your bitch like a bad fart. All she do is linger.
I thought he said stinker. I didn't hear sphincter.
Sphincter, yes.
Yeah. That makes more sense. I was like, put it. Well, I guess put it in her stinker makes sense too. That'd be essentially putting it in her ass.
Yeah, but you know what's really weird? Like
what?
if we get really deep on this, like, because you know what somebody's sphincter looks like?
No, I've never looked.
Their actual sphincter, right? Their anus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It looks like the end of a balloon.
Oh yeah. I've heard.
You've heard.
I haven't looked at it.
I'll show you a picture.
No, I don't need to see. No, I don't need to see anyone's anus.
Okay, no. You know what? Sorry. Let me because there might be doctors watching, and
there's no I hope there's no doctors that watch us. Please don't watch us as a doctor because you are the future of society, and I don't want to corrupt your brain. You're spending too much time on sphincters.
Well, Delusional got us on that subject.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, that's his only feature, so thankfully we don't have to hear any more sphincter talk.
Yeah, we went from funny papers where we're ready to cry and get all emotional.
And what's it? Excelsior.
Yeah.
That one made me emotional too. So thank you, Mac, for making us laugh.
Yeah.
Years later after you've passed, you're still making us. And I think if Mac was watching, I think he would he'd enjoy us having a good laugh.
Good chuckle at that. Yeah.
We'll go to track 12, Manakins. For me, this definitely tops Faces for his most experimental work, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
It's crazy that this was sitting in a hard drive. Yeah, he agrees.
See, Mac said, yeah.
Well, my good days are exactly like the bad ones. My bitch say that I defy the laws of attraction.
I love the use of the harp, the way it is.
Things that we all search for end up finding us. God is like the school bell, he gon' tell you when your time is up. Shit just end up working out. Why do we wonder why it does? But why is heroism so close to heroin?
Cool. Wow, it's so draggy, eh? It's really chugging along.
Yeah.
Yeah. They tell you that you need to sleep, and suddenly you do. Scared you're gonna wake up as someone who isn't you. We've all been down that road before, poured alcohol on open sores. Nobody can hurt me
Love
if I
that
go
line.
inside and close the door.
What can we do? What can we do?
That reminds me of, a little bit, yeah. Vocally. Oh, I'm not joking, man. If you could look at my back right now, it's full.
shivering.
I've got shivers like crazy. They've done that on a couple tracks, eh?
Most of every track's ending. I like how they're not flowing into each other. Like some did on Faces on other Mac projects. It's everyone is ending, but in a nice way. It's like a zoom.
Yeah, and then
it
a
goes
boom.
into
There's a bass in there. Yeah,
that one. Yeah, it reminded me of the vocals on the bonus track. Yeah,
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mac agreed with that. That's at the beginning, right?
Yes,
he said, "Yeah."
No, that was really cool. I thought it was. I have a feature listed. Did you hear?
No, I got nobody.
Unless it's.
Oh, I got Dylan Reynolds.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't know who he is. I didn't see him, or I didn't hear him on there.
So, anyways, this is Manakins is what is about. No matter what you do, God is always watching and by your side. That is why Mac is talking about God in the song. Every time Mac is doing something bad, he gets the feeling that he is going to die, as if God is talking to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of got
that. But that's fucking great.
Track 13, Rick's Piano. Don't know who Rick is. Rick Ruben, maybe.
Josh?
Yes?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Listen.
Rick Ruben.
No, it is
Rick Ruben, who?
Rick Ruben's piano.
Hey! Yes.
Enough fucking around.
Okay.
Open up your eyes, I told you wake up. Wake up. All of y'all are still bitches, but the smell just in place of your makeup.
That piano sounds beautiful.
What? Yeah.
It sounds beautiful.
E.T.'s not dead, just a little bit faded. Please don't nod your head, and please don't tell me I made it. Cause people start to get worse once they think they the greatest. Yeah.
That's so Mac.
I told her to get better soon. I probably should have told her when she was in a better mood. Can you see the God in me? I don't know, probably. But for now we'll keep waiting. Cause
The best is yet to come.
yeah. I shot myself on my birthday. Fell into the ocean. Listened to their voices, I was lost in the commotion. None of us are chosen, now forgive them for their ignorance. But what's a man gotta do for a little bliss? Fuck the future!
This is yet
Cool.
What does that feel like? I wonder what does that feel like? Oh my God. What does that feel like?
This is one of the tracks I was saying as a parent.
it's hard to.
This one, I couldn't listen to this.
Yeah.
I love when Mac's on the piano, man. I think I enjoy the piano more than the organ. With
Yeah.
him. There's this. That's sweet. Okay.
Another one where it ends beautifully like that.
Yeah. You know what I loved so much about that? That absolutely felt like it was just a one take off the floor, letting it out. You know,
Yeah.
just letting those
all these emotions flow out.
and
of you.
and lyrically making up shit on the spot.
Yeah.
It had that. The timing was off. The way the vocals were set up, the way they talked at the beginning was just
Yeah.
like jumping on this.
Like it wasn't live off the floor, but it had that feeling of like he was able to put that in there.
Oh, completely. That was like I got to read with the Book of Mac. Do you know the Book of Mac?
I think I own it. Yeah, I think you got it for me for my birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
1 year.
In the Book of Mac, remembering Mac Miller, Mac's longtime producer engineer Josh Berg shared that Rick's piano was originally titled Rick Rubin's Piano, and the title stems from a field recording of Mac playing on a piano on a field trip to Rick Rubin's house, which led to a side-splitting, ridiculous exchange. I guess that was the beginning, right?
Yeah.
In 2014, while in the midst of a darkening struggle with depression and substance abuse, Mac infamously spent time at Rick Rubin's iconic studio/sanctuary, Shangri-La. After drunk dialing Rick while on a field trip to Europe, Mac told, I was like, Rick, dude, I'm fucked up. Will you help me? So I went and I kicked it with him for a summer in Malibu, and I got clean. I'd just go to Rick's house every day, and I'd sit and play the keyboard. That's wild.
I could read that book. That's one. I know there's 2 Mac Miller books that are out, and I know one of them is the better one. I just got to figure out which one it is. I think it might be the Book of Mac.
Yeah, it says Mac references that his time with Rick Rubin throughout his 24 mixtape Faces, not only naming the song Malibu after the location, Shangri-La, but Mac raps on grand finale. Self-medicate, self-education. Rick Rubin showed me transcendental meditation.
Yeah. Man, I love Rick Rubin.
Yes,
you learned a lot from him. You got a clipboard because of him.
I bought a clipboard for interviews because of him. Yeah.
Okay, the final track is a long one. It's 12 minutes long. So
wow,
I don't know what we're in for. Track 14. Tomorrow we'll never know.
You said 12 minutes?
Just less than.
Wow.
A little less than 12.
Ooh, listen to that in the headphones.
Look down at yourself. What staring back doesn't please you. The man don't believe you. He sees through the lies that you tell. See, living and dying are one and the same.
Having those children in the background is
they've been up through most of the record actually.
Yeah,
certain songs.
Do they dream just like we do?
Fuck, that sounds. The way he's done it, talked about underwater, and then it had a sonar.
Yeah.
Love just like we do.
This might be my new smoking a joint going for a walk.
I'm just gonna say.
You've been waiting for answers. These parades and dancers keep building your castles from straw. Moon made of water.
I love this melody, man.
You swim to the shore.
It's weird how I can almost visualize this song. Like I'm just looking out into a cold lake. And,
yes.
You know.
He's built that world for sure. Hear the double sonar? He only did it twice. I love the way he thinks. Like.
Yeah. And then.
Oh. They feel just like we do.
You know what that? I'm gonna have my eyes closed. I'm not stoned, trust me. Close your eyes.
Yeah, they're closed.
And that sound is a sonar from a submarine, right?
Yeah.
And you're sending out a signal to try to get something back because you're looking for something.
I can see that.
And it gives that underwater feeling of like being lost and dark.
It feels like we're floating out like further into the water.
Yeah. Yep. You know what how he's done that?
Further away from the shore.
He's taken the vocals away.
Yeah.
So you don't have that human contact anymore.
The kids are gone. Yeah.
The kids are gone. Listen, you're floating further and further away. Whew. Kids are back. In case you didn't notice. I love the percussion, the way it is being done by emotion and not by symmetrics. You know what I mean? Not in time.
It's very sparse.
It's sparse and it's just
kind of whatever feels right.
Whatever feels right.
It's definitely the most experimental Mac song that I think it's ever been released publicly.
It reminds me of some like shit from Echoes, Pink
Yeah,
Floyd.
yeah.
Like just that, those, you know that.
It's got like no, for sure. Is that a phone ringing?
Yeah.
But really distorted.
I tell you how I enjoy this so much right now.
That's it.
That was an absolutely incredible afternoon.
That was a fucking trip and a half.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No, I'm a little stunned. Like, I did not expect it to be like. I know Mac has made great music. I've loved every record he's put out.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew that I was gonna like this. I just didn't know that it would be this good. Like, this is going to be now in conversation for one of my favorite Mac projects.
You took the words right out of my ass. Yeah. like seriously, yeah.
Like, it's crazy. I thought it would just be something we'd listen to and I'd be like, oh, okay, this is cool. They released something that, had been sitting in the vault and, but like, this is, it's flawless. There was not one track on there that I felt had anything wrong with it. Everything was beautifully written.
Everything seemed to have its reason.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know yet what the reason is for certain things, they did come together. Like, just for instance, the last track here.
Yeah.
That the sonar thing sounded like a sonar.
Yeah.
Like, doop. And then, but it was very piercing at the beginning and far, and when he was talking about water. But then we got out to the ocean and we lost the children, and you said it was dark, and I could totally picture that. But then we started to introduce the kids again, and when the kids came in, that tone turned to more of a human tone.
Yeah.
Instead of that really high pitched sonar, it went to do, do, do. I know, and you know what? There doesn't have to be a reason.
No, maybe Mac just thought it sounded cool, but
exactly.
I think us finding a reason is part of the fun.
Yes.
And everyone figuring it out on their own and deciding what things mean. And I think it's that was cool. That was probably one of the coolest experiences we've had on this channel.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Most of the record, he's talking about different people.
Yeah.
He's talking about people in his life, not naming anybody, but just talking about stories of like the girl on Stoner and the people in the funny papers. None of it's really about him. Yeah, which I think just speaks so much about who Mac was as a person.
Yeah,
this is the album that he wanted released if he passed. That one is all about him and his struggles, but he's talking about other people.
Yeah,
and just going into details about other people's struggles and life
and where it goes and how quickly it can disappear. Funny Papers is sort of like, for me, it's like Max. I woke up, got out of bed, dragged a comb across my head.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I thought of too. Yeah, I saw the news today. I read the news today, and with that, he's like, I read the news or the Funny Papers. Or whatever. And then there's the two sides to it.
Great, some fantastic storytelling.
Yeah, great storytelling, great production.
Yeah,
everybody involved with it. And
is this one of these ones? Do you feel it like we went to a movie?
Yeah. I feel like I'm coming out of like a movie theater where it's like you watched a movie midday and then you leave the theater and you're like, fuck, it's still bright out.
I know, because we're gonna take off the cans and we're out of the Balloonerism world.
Yeah. Well, I'm going right back into it.
Yeah,
I'm definitely listening to this right after.
Yeah,
but I usually say a great time. I'm going to say I had an amazing time this afternoon. I hope you had fun.
So did I. It made me smile, and I had more shivers up my back. And you know what's really cool is I didn't bawl my eyes out.
I don't think he wrote it for people to be like sad. I think he had that. I got more emotional with Circles because it felt like he was directly talking about himself and other people, but he didn't know he was going to pass away, obviously.
Yeah.
So listening to that, I get super emotional. But I think with this one, he planned on releasing it if he died.
Yeah.
And I don't think he intended people to be like, he wanted, like, isn't there a line about, smile at my funeral or something like that? Like, I think he wanted people to, like, he didn't want people to cry if he died in this in 2014. And you can tell by those Delusional Thomas lines.
Yes.
About the sphincter.
Yes. Yeah.
But no, I didn't cry, and I was expecting to get really I got very emotional, but yeah, not in the way that I expected. And I think that was Mac really kind of just showing who he is, showing his character.
Yeah, I like I said in one of the tracks, I really think that this was like a little bit of snippet of where I think I'm going to say in a percentage, I'm going to say you said Mac was 33.
He would be 33.
He would be 33. This would be like about
like 40% of what he
40% of what he would probably be doing. Like I think we got a really good taste of where he would be going.
Yeah.
But I think there's that 60% that we will never know. But I think that would be something fucking amazing. Because just the last track there where it took us away.
Yeah.
Like just
I could listen to a whole album of him experimenting with sounds like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a great time. You said you had a great time. I hope you guys had a great time. Most importantly, we've covered almost every Mac Miller project on the channel. So if you're new here, feel free to go look through our other Mac Miller videos. We started with swimming. So if you want to go from the start to where we are now, you can start with swimming. But yeah, the only one we haven't covered is Macadelic, and then some like side projects like I Love Life, Thank You, that one where he was making a song for every 100,000 followers he got on Twitter or something like that.
Yes.
There's a couple others that he's got, like stuff that he's released, but in terms of like, the main discography, I think it's just Macadelic.
Yeah.
And Best Day Ever. So those two, which we will cover eventually. I'm kind of trying to save them because it's like they're like the last,
exactly.
bits of Mac. So this was a nice surprise to have Balloonerism. But yeah, thank you for watching and take care, guys. We'll see you soon. Much love. Peace.